Σήμερα έχω την χαρά να φιλοξενώ την Ρασάνα από την Ινδία και την Τζόρτζια από την Ελλάδα, συγκεκριμένα από τον Εύρο. Και οι δύο είναι τελειόφοιτες του μεταπτυχιακού προγράμματος στο Digital Marketing του Πανεπιστημίου Oxford Brookes στην Οξφόρδη. Η ομάδα μάλιστα της Ρασάνα κέρδισε την πρώτη θέση και η ομάδα της Γεωργίας την δεύτερη θέση στο Business Challenge Week που διοργανώθηκε από το Oxford Brookes University. Σε αυτόν τον θεσμό, οι φοιτητές του Πανεπιστημίου αναλαμβάνουν το marketing επιχειρήσεων της ευρύτερης περιοχής και μέσα σε μία εβδομάδα καταστρώνουν ένα στρατηγικό σχέδιο marketing και αυτό, πιστέψτε με, δεν είναι καθόλου εύκολο. Από την συνομιλία μας θα διαπιστώσετε, νομίζω, ότι πρόκειται για δύο εξαιρετικά ταλέντα με ανοιχτό μυαλό, γνώση της επιστήμης τους, αλλά και καθαρή ματιά που είναι απαραίτητη πια στη νέα digital εποχή του marketing. Θα συζητήσουμε λοιπόν με τις δύο καλεσμένες μας για τις εμπειρίες τους από τον διαγωνισμό, καθώς και τις προκλήσεις και τα διδάγματα που αποκόμισαν. Θα εξετάσουμε επίσης πώς οι μικρομεσαίες επιχειρήσεις στην Αγγλία αντιμετωπίζουν το marketing και θα συζητήσουμε διάφορα θέματα από βασικές αρχές marketing μέχρι και την ηθική στον κόσμο της διαφήμισης. Με τη ματιά φυσικά δύο ταλέντων στον χώρο του marketing με λαμπρό μέλλον και τις ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για το χρόνο τους. Okay, we can start.
So, hello, I'm Rachna Deghe and I'm from India. I've been studying digital marketing at Oxford Brookes University. I'm doing my master's over there.
Hi, my name is Georgia Karabatsa and I'm originally from Greece and I'm doing my digital marketing master's in Oxford Brookes as well. We have participated, both of us, in a business challenge for Oxford Brookes and we were working for two small companies.
Yes.
Okay, girls, so welcome and tell us something about your amazing project. Okay, projects. Okay, we have two projects. Okay.
Yes. So the company I was working for was a non-profit company called Chiltern Rangers. So what they do is they conserve the Chiltern Hills and they are constantly in need of volunteers. So most of their funding comes from the council and they make sure that the entire area is free from litter. They take care of the forest and it's a very labor-intensive work, but it's very rewarding as well. The only thing is that they have an older demographic that's helping them out currently. And they were really on the lookout for younger people to join them, primarily in the ages of 15 to 25. So that was a major challenge for them, connecting with those people and convincing them to volunteer some of their time for the environment.
So my company was a pretty sperm bank donor. So there is an issue with people that they cannot have children and basically they need a sperm donor. There are a lot of health issues and the company is really small. They have two people working, a nurse and a doctor that actually doing the whole thing, and they don't have sperm donors. So the challenge was even bigger because you need to find and work with the ethic of the people that they support this project, because after the child become 18, they can go back and ask with the father. So we need to find sperm donors, but again, they need to have a quality of sperm. So it needs to be very specific, the audience, and you need to rectify what will happen and the issues that we'll have after that.
Yeah, okay, but let's start from the beginning, okay? So how the companies contact you in the first place?
Oh, that was something that it happened via the university. So Oxford Brookes and Carla is one of their project leaders, and she actually finds the companies, small companies, that they want to improve their website or their marketing campaigns or the audience. It's up to them what their objective and what they want to achieve. So she has this Business Week challenge organized, and then she emails students that they're in the final project or dissertation that they want to participate, correct?
Yeah, and also, so when Kala got in contact with the students, we were actually told that it was going to be intensive. We just had 4 days to work on this entire thing, and we had to make sure that we were available during that entire time, because at the end of 4 days, we've had to present our findings and our strategies. So it was, of course, it was made clear to everyone that if you can absolutely commit to this, then participate in this. So they connected us with the companies in that way. So whatever the requirements of the companies were, they made groups according to that. and then sent out emails. That was done 1 week prior, so the client could get in touch with us and we would have an idea of what we were going to be working on.
Plus, we have one mentor. Each group, they have one mentor, but it wasn't one of our professional. So it wasn't one of our professors. It was someone independent that we didn't know, and we have to cooperate and learn how to deal with different kind of people, different backgrounds.
Yes.
And also it was something totally new for each one. So it was not just digital marketing students, it was art students, it was brand management students, it was from different categories of masters.
Yes.
So girls, despite the challenges, your projects were awarded as the top 2 from 7. How was the evaluation conducted? Was it based on the results, content quality, success, or other criteria?
Okay, so we were judged by a panel, and the panel consisted of 3 judges, each coming from a different background. One was marketing, one was education, one was doing a consultancy. And they wanted to look at how well we had addressed the brief given by the client. Also, our communication with the client, because at times the clients give their requirements without really knowing what all we can offer. So
and we need to come in contact with them more than once. So we need to ask the question, they need to come back, confirm what they want, if we did actually receive correctly the briefing, because sometimes you don't understand what the client needs. So we can go back, ask for further information regarding the company, regarding their budget. We need to have the whole information. And we were actually working with the client alongside those 4 days, and they were helping us to build up also the presentation.
And also whatever knowledge that we have gained during our masters, so how well we are applying that, some strategies, some frameworks, maybe using those to develop a strategy that suits the client's needs the most. And also the presentation in itself they were judging, it had to have a flow, which very clearly explained our process, but not focusing on the problem too much, but more on the solutions and how the solutions were made feasible to the client. Because if you were to give certain suggestions, you can just give anything, you can say anything to the client, but it has to be feasible at the end of the day. So how creative we were, I think creativity was mentioned in our feedback for Georgia's team as well as mine. And I think that is what set us apart. It gave us an edge over all the other competitors.
Yes, we had very good creativity, but also what I think they saw in our teams, that we didn't just build something to show them. We built something that it was actually easy to be done, and it wasn't expensive. At the same time, we're giving realistic solutions to the companies, not something that they will just be said done.
Okay.
So we didn't ask just to build a website, that's it. No, we both of us give them some marketing calendars, some content, something that they can use when we finish that project, some content, and also some flyers and things that they can actually use it the day after.
Yes. So we did send a report back to the client with all our findings. It was a much detailed report compared to the presentation, which had to be done in just 10 minutes. And each group really focused on how the client could actually bring about a change. Now it's up to them whether they want to implement it or not. But they seem to be pretty happy with our solutions.
Yes.
Okay. So here in my area, there is a significant lack of advertising and marketing culture. Typically, people prefer to advertise through personal connection rather than choosing the most skilled marketeer or advertiser. Advertising is often seen as an expense rather than an investment. So many businesses only start advertising at the last minute, expecting great results with minimal effort and budget. This is why advertising is really struggling in my area. Although we see ads everywhere, we are far from understanding what effective advertising really is. So the question is, do businesses in your area, especially small businesses, have a culture of advertising? Do they believe in the value of advertising and understand the key concepts of marketing and advertising? In your own opinion, of course.
They were familiar. They actually knew what exactly they want. So that's why we said we have a briefing. So the briefing, each company has a different objective, different things that they want to advertise. And they came because they didn't have very good advertising or marketing strategy. So they come to ask an opinion, which was cheap if you think that they didn't have to pay anything. So it was free. And they had this option and they used it because both our clients, they came and they coming back and they say, no, we want something more. We want something more. So it wasn't just, yes, this is the project, you can do it, fine. No, we ask and they came back and they say, no, we want something better. And we come to the final project. But yes, you can say about.
Well, in the case of my client, it was slightly trickier because since it was a not-for-profit thing, and at least I do when I look at any advertisements, I just think that the company is trying to sell me something. Here, they needed volunteers, so the advertising was a bit more trickier. They were like uploading posters, they were circulating emails and stuff. The only thing was convincing people to sign on for their program for a longer time. They collaborated with schools. They actually used to offer a one-day visits and all for free for schools. And then if there was any corporate organizations who wanted to come in, then I think a fee was charged. But the main issue was how do you get in touch with them? How do you actually show what you are doing? What is the potential of your rangers, whatever work that they are doing, how important it is? And for that, I think you do need advertising. And yes, there is a culture of advertising here. I mean,
Yes.
even as we scroll social media and all, we are constantly bombarded by it. The only thing is that you shouldn't annoy annoy your customers. I think you have to convince them, and if you have to convince someone to volunteer their time, their efforts, then you have to be pretty smart about it. And which is especially in the age group that we were targeting, you have to create this need, almost a FOMO, that people want to know what is it that they're missing out on, and they rush to that site and actually start volunteering.
Yeah, but it was very clear that they have a target group. So each company has a target group.
Yes.
They know about advertising and they have a target group. So you just cannot go and ask, yes, you don't know about marketing. You cannot just go to the marketer and say, hi, I need an effective marketing campaign tomorrow.
No, of course.
If you are not aware about marketing, then you should ask. Basically, that's why we are studying. We don't know everything. Yes, you can say your opinion again because you have a vision in your mind, but you need to have a vision. You need to have something that you can give us so we can create it.
Yeah. Your objective should be clear.
Yes.
Otherwise, everyone's going to be confused.
Yeah. If you don't have a clear objective, what do you want? You just want the company to be success. That
doesn't
work.
really doesn't give us any information. So you can say that, by the end of this month, we probably want these number of followers. That helps us.
Yeah. You need to have time and you need to have two numbers basically.
Yeah.
Two numbers.
Yes.
The date, time, and the amount of measures.
Yeah.
So we can work on that. And yes, it's two very small companies, but at the same time, they show us trust and they actually invest on us, if you want to say, but it's a free investment.
So, girls, there's also a big discussion about whether marketing is just brainwashing, okay? People say that marketers study how to influence consumers' thoughts to make money or something. So, in this consumer-driven world, is there any ethics in marketing, really?
Yes.
Well, there definitely should be ethics because the main thing is you have to convince the customers. You cannot fool them. Because that's going to blow up in your face later, honestly. And it really tampers with the reputation of any company. So it's dangerous to just not follow an ethical approach while marketing. And we see quite a few companies, actually, they are over promoting whatever their offerings are. So later on, when the consumers actually decide to go ahead with that company, choose that company, they are in for a disappointment. And I think that is a failure on part of the marketers. I think it's better to generate interest based on, you first have to know your customers. You have to know what they like, what they need. And based on that, you should create your campaigns. So there's no question of brainwashing. You're really just appealing to that side of them which is actually interested in your products. And I think that can be done ethically.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Georgia?
not just marketing. I think it has to do with the person, with the marketeer. So if you have a work ethic and you have ethic in your life, you're gonna use that in your work as well. So marketing has an ethic. The people that they work in marketing, sometimes they don't have ethic.
I can sometimes understand that people have really
high expectations.
yes, very
from
difficult
you,
targets that they have to meet, and they might think of a shortcut sometimes. They just want to get more people as soon as possible. We have heard that people use some sort of services to increase their followers who are not really genuine, but it doesn't really give them any results when you look at it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So you need genuine leads. You need people who are willing to convert, who are willing to speak about your brand in a much more positive way. And that has to be done ethically, I think.
So what did you gain at the end of this project?
Experience. And it was a big experience because it was just not students from Oxford Brookes, it was students from Germany that they were putting themselves in this situation for gaining a grade. So they will be graded instead of winning an award. And also we have mentors and we have people interfering from different sizes companies, and we had met a lot of people. The experience was great, I think.
Yeah, and I had never done any sort of a consultancy like this, and working with a group that was completely new. I did not know anyone from my group. In fact, we had hoped that we would end up in one group because we knew each other, but that did not happen. It was actually really enlightening, I would say, that how to work with a completely new group, a new client, understanding their requirements, and coming up with a set of workable solutions for them within a week. It was a great challenge and it really tested us. So I think that was something really valuable that I gained from this experience. And then, of course, getting certificates for being awarded certificates for our achievement, where we got the first place, they got the runner-up, and out of 7 teams, where all of the 7 teams had done amazing work. Yeah. So right up till they announced the results, we had no idea who was going to win because all of them had done such an impressive work. So yeah,
Yes,
that's what
that's it.